Okay. So I'm going to play this. Welcome in, welcome in. What is today's date? The 8th. So it's 2/8/2025. I've been paying attention to what Trump and where Trump is going and what he's targeting. And he's targeting it for a reason. Um, the Gulf of Mexico, now Gaza. I'm going to play a little bit of this. Fair Use Act. Fair Use Act.
Joshua and Caleb go in and they destroy all the Nephilim tribes, except in Gaza. Territorial spirit has never been deposed in that area. That's the entire Gaza, never been deposed.
It's a demonic Nephilim spirit. This is a stronghold. The territorial spirit that was there was never conquered, was never fully removed.
Demonic entities today, at least in the Enochian understanding, are the disembodied spirits of Nephilim.
Well, I mean, I think, in my opinion, the place to watch is the Middle East. Amos 9:14 and 15 is a scripture that we all should be reading and understand. I will bring the captivity of my people back into the land, basically. They will inhabit.
That's why Trump, all right, so this is, I trust the signs I get, and I just do. Who the heck is this? This is this channel here. I'll put it in the description. And believe me, I'm not, like, looking for this. Like, I'm just guided to pay attention, and I do. Trump is after something, and it has to do with the spirit world, supernatural, into the physical world. Doesn't matter whether you believe or not. For those of you sitting in the back, it's happening. All right, he's talking about stargates. Okay, they've disclosed to the world that UFOs exist. Remember when they didn't exist? He's claiming the Gulf of Mexico. He has claimed it, renamed it, because there's ancient technology there. There's the pyramids are down there. There's stuff that you and I don't even know about, and we who are paying attention are suspicious and researching what this is, but the rest of the population are just not paying attention. And when I saw Gaza, and first I thought, I'm like, what? First I thought it was the pyramids, and then I watched the whole video, and I'm like, and he's making it sound. Remember, Lucifer's very cunning and very baffling. Whether you believe he is or not, I don't care. He's talking about how wonderful it's going to be to go over there and rebuild. Okay, rebuild, because he's making America great. He's claiming his land. You know, remember, he's a realtor. He's Apollo. The Vatican opened up portals. We're having earthquakes. I'm just going to recap everything for those in the back, okay? We've had plane crashes, which are sacrifices. We've had Hollywood doing humiliation rituals, okay? Never in my lifetime would I ever, and I don't watch that stuff anymore, would I have ever thought there'd be a woman on there that had no clothes on. First of all, that shouldn't even ever been, that should have never been publicized like that. That is a humiliation ritual. If you know anything about the Masonic rituals that they do, along with the plane crashes, you know, that's all ritual. It goes back to, remember, I said, pay attention when they were doing the rituals in Salem a year in 2024. Could have been 23, 24, either way, you know what I'm talking about. And then when they sank to the Titanic, that was a sacrifice. Okay, there's always a sacrifice, and there's always a humiliation ritual, and then the king was a coronation, which is a dark ceremony. That was then. Now we're here with Trump. Okay, closed ceremony. All right, closed ceremony with his inauguration. Okay, with his initiation. That is in a sacred site, whether you realize it or not. It's a sacred site of Osiris's phallus and Isis's womb, so they say. But it's a womb and it's a phallus, and it's a ritual to call upon spirits. You're in a spirit world, man. You are in one. Whether you realize it or not, you are welcome. And then, let's see. You had Vatican opening up to 5 portals, and all hell's been breaking loose. The earth has been on fire. Earthquakes are happening. More of volcanic eruptions. Mother Earth is pissed off. Just saying. And now we have, and I'm not a Bible thumper or anything, but I am guided to Scripture when it's called upon me, and I'm not here to mispreach anything. at all. I'm just paying attention to the signs of things that a lot of us remember pretty much before we came here, and things we are being reminded of while this is taking place. So I find it interesting that he was going over to Gaza to rebuild that, because, and then I was like, all right, because I talk to God all the time. I'm like, what, you're showing me this for a reason. Okay, so what's over there? I knew there was something over there. And then to hear this came up, and to hear this was like, okay, this is all Nephilim, unclaimed sites, unclaimed sacred sites that we don't know about because it's in a whole other land. Unless you're a historian, then you'll know about it. But it's connecting the dots. He's talking about stargates, okay? He's talking about claiming this. He's talking about, and he's very calm when he talks about it. Like, we're just gonna go over there and we're going to rebuild and we're going to give them good homes. He is not going to do that. He's going to rebuild, and it's going to be ridiculously expensive. He doesn't care about the people that are living in the rubble. It would be nice to believe that, but Lucifer is very cunning, suave, baffling. He's not going to look like the red beast that they show us in pictures. He's the luminous one. He's the sweet talker. He's got his own agenda. And I was picking up on that union, and I posted Philip Trum's video because I like the validation of, see, I'm not the only one picking up on this. I've been picking up on this Morning Star stuff for a while, and I'm not trying to, but I believe if you're a soul here, you're feeling it. The stuff that's rolling through our world, it's spirit. Then, okay, and I've been paying attention, this is just my take on it, and I have been paying attention to people who are out there doing paranormal investigations. I come across Dees Dark Adventures, and it was weird because I did, I don't want to say it was a reading because it wasn't a reading. I was getting messages about somebody doing investigations out in the woods a couple of years ago, before I even knew about this channel. And I was like, oh, when I'm like, maybe this is what my guides were talking about. And she's captured some creepy stuff, legit creepy stuff. Things I actually show on the channel, but she's out there doing it. God bless her. And then this other channel, his name is Bear. Anyway, they collaborated and did a video, an investigation together, and there's some creepy dark stuff, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, but I want to play this a little bit more, okay?
Away cities, they will plant vineyards and drink the wine. They will plant gardens and eat the fruit, and I'll never take them out of their land again. They'll never be pulled out of that land again. Thus saith the Lord. I mean, I'm sort of paraphrasing here, but that's the gist of it. In 1948, that happened, and before that, we saw at the end of the 19th century, into the 20th century, we saw the beginnings of Israel coming back as a nation. Aliyah.
Then Trump, didn't he become Jewish or something? He went over to Israel the last time he was in office. See how this is all tying together?
I pronounce it. My Hebrew is horrible. But, they came back and they're there, never to be pushed out of their land again. And that's where we are. Everything hinges around the nation of Israel. If a person is an amillennialist who believes that there is no literal 1,000-year millennial reign of Jesus, and the church has inherited all the promises of Israel, then when we look at events like what we're seeing, they don't make any sense, or people can't make any sense out of them. I am premillennial. I believe in a literal 1,000-year reign of Jesus. By the way, it's in Jerusalem. It's not in Detroit. He rules from Jerusalem. And I think we might be looking at, underline the word might, we might be looking at the beginnings of something which is very, very prophetic. Right now it's not, but it could be.
Isaiah, hold on, I gotta play that because I've been picking up on Isaiah for quite some time.
17 talks about the destruction of Damascus. That's prophetic. That's Isaiah 17. Israel has already threatened the Iranians. You cross this line, we will destroy Damascus.
Okay, so, wow, we have not learned diddly poo. We keep battling over Holy Land and organized religion and land grab. okay, land grabs. So I want to show you, because again, the Vatican has opened up portals. You're gonna keep driving this one home, okay? So to show, like, and I get some of you out there who are really into the Bible, and you think what we're doing is probably demonic. It's not, man. God has put us all here for certain things. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's evil. Okay, let's get that right. Just because you don't understand it does not mean what we're doing is evil. For God has placed us all here for certain things, certain, what's the word? Come on. Mission, okay? So, my mission happens to be, paranormal stuff. I've always just seen and paid attention to that stuff. It doesn't mean I don't love God, because I do. All right, so I'm going to pull up a couple of pictures here. Hold on, let me figure out how to... Okay, so this is... Okay, so Dee's Dark Adventures. She was in, I don't know where, I think in Ohio, okay? So this is... hold on, let me get a different... Because just the reflections... that's also another thing, is the reflections. All right, coming through the reflections. Alrighty. All right, let me go into this area so the reflections aren't so much. Okay, so, hi, Miss Ferris. So, this is from Dee's Dark Adventures. She was showing what was on her. She had a horrible experience. And for real, and doing an investigation. She captured some creepy, thank you. She captured some creepy, entities, because the Vatican opened up portals, okay? So I want to share, so this was supposed to be snow, but the thing is these entities left this on her car. But look at this. That's not just a shadow. Do you understand? That's something really dark and creepy around her vehicle, okay? And then there was this right in here. I know it's not the best, but you can see they left signs, okay? Look at how dark that is. That's not just because it's a shadow. That's something there, all right? Actually, look at this one's, where is it? Is it this one? There's one that's actually fuzzy. You can see it's got like... Let me do it this way. It's not coming out right, but it's actually like got freaking fuzziness to it. Like that's an entity. That's not just a shadow. That's an entity. Especially where her headlights are on, right? That's an entity. And then she noticed this on the hood of her car, and then she's looking at the weirdo snow. It's not snow, but you can call it snow. It's not. And that's what was left on her car. And that's how spirit works, man. Dark or light. And again, some of you in the back, just because you don't understand, especially if you're heavy into the Bible, just because you don't understand what we're doing does not make it evil, because it's not. For God has placed us all here for a reason, for a divine mission and facts, I kind of hear that a lot. But those who are reciting scripture, and there's nothing wrong with that, just you can't assume you understand someone else's mission. I don't know, just putting that out there. So this right here, that's a dark entity. That's not just our shadow. That's a dark entity. And she came across some creepy stuff in the woods. And you can go check her channel out and do that. I'm not here to do her channel. That's her channel. But I thought this was interesting because the Vatican opened up portals, and they're not, listen, you people who are in the organized Catholic religion, the Vatican is dark, man. They're evil. They're evil, man. They're evil. That's evil. They're releasing evil on the earth, right? And then you have Trump, who just did a whole thing about going over to Gaza, and they got all upset and then coming across this video about the Nephilim, I'm like, okay, that's making sense. Because I don't see Trump as just a man. I see him as an energy, and he's got his own mission, and he is a fallen one. Remember, the fallen ones will rise first. The whatever you want to call it, Antichrist, will rise first to deceive. And that's what's going on. He has made no secret about it whatsoever. He's gone after land grab, talking about stargates. He ocean grabbed the Gulf of Mexico. He grabbed that. He's going over to Gaza. He's grabbing. He's on a mission. He's on a mission. And Elon Musk, don't be fooled by him. I mean, you do what you, but these are deceptors, big deceptors. And that is one dark entity. I mean, it even has like fur on the dang thing. Whatever this is, you can see the outline of it. And I was like, yo, yeah, I've been paying attention for a long time. But when the Vatican started opening up portals, I was like, man, this stuff's like, not that I ever doubted it was really true. I just honestly never thought I would see this in my lifetime. I really didn't. And we're here, and I pay attention to who paranormal investigates, how even those investigations have changed, and I was really seeing like I pay attention to like Paranormal Files, Dees Dark, if certain channels, not all of them, even Nick Groff, and his wife Tessa. A lot of evil crap is coming through. Not like I paranormal investigate. I mean, I haven't done it in a while, but it's just part of who you are. Doesn't stop. And I do it here on this channel. I'll show you that's still investigating. It's paying attention. It's paying attention to the things around me in the world and people's behaviors and actions. Right down to that. Because they're releasing heavy stuff. And I showed again with New York. Let me see if I can find that again. Like I showed that with New York the other day. With the heaviness. All right, so this is Florida. That's the dark star. Right? That's an entity right there. That's not just clouds. That's an entity. Look at all of them. They're riding along here. There's a bunch of them in this. But back to Dee's Dark Adventure, she captured, it was creepy. And it reminded me, actually, an investigation Nick Groff did, he and Katrina, back at one of the penitentiaries, where they were filming. And of course, they have a cameraman, but they were talking to each other, and you could see this large, creepy serpent go right across the wall behind him, and that's what that reminded me of. She captured this, what looked like a serpent around the tree, and you could literally see the head moving, and the eyes were glowing. It just reminded me of that. I was like, yeah, they really released some demonic stuff on our lands. They didn't, and we have angels here. Angels are really here. Uriel would be here for this. You have Uriel, you have Jophiel, you have Sandalphon, but you also have Michael, and you have Gabriel, and Raphael. Raphael is their healer. Raphael would definitely be here. He is the healer, the Christ is the Christ too, but Archangel Michael is here. Many people are capturing them, and they come through the light. They come through the reflection. They may even form. And I did say some of you were going to see angels, and I kind of, I get shown that. I don't go looking for it. I get shown that. I don't know how to explain that. Like, I'll get shown that. Like, God will show me, remember when I was showing you the other people are going to see angels? I bear witness to that, and that, to me, is a gift. Really is. So, hey 7, I'm Miss Ferris. Right. Yes, that's why I guess I break it down. That's why I say people in the back. But I want to show this. Okay, so this was Knoxville the other day, and notice Omega. No coincidence, right? There's something huge sitting back here. All right, that's massive. Okay. That's an eye, because that's an eye watching. Okay. The Vatican really opened up some serious stuff. Okay. And then that thing's huge. There's all kinds of entities in this. I mean, all kinds. Look at this one. Look at this one right here. I mean, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. In your house. everywhere in the woods. That's why I'm like, my hat's off to her, to Dees. I wouldn't say I wouldn't investigate the woods, but like, just where I used to live with the woods was getting creepier and heavier, and like a heavy darkness like I had never seen before. Like you couldn't even see a hand in front of my face. Heavy darkness was upon us for like the past year, I want to say. It just got like this thicker, heavier darkness, and it was getting creepy out there. So I've done videos on that, being out back in my woods and stuff, and the beings that I've done closer looks at that stuff. But it's like they're getting more intense now, and now more cryptics are going to be seen, and that looks like a wolf to me right here. That's a wolf's nose. See the snout right there and the eyes. I just see that. Let me see what else I wanted to show you. Oh, and then this was the lightning from the tornado in Tennessee the other night. And you see his face, the nose, the mouth, the eyes, the long elongated skull. Then you have this in here. And then this was the other night. You have a shadow being right here. This was interesting in itself. You know, with the plasma clinging on to the light, as we've shown so many times, right? There's an entity right here. There's an entity right here. You can see the face. See it? And there's like, it's one up here. It looks like a girl, actually. And then it goes into another face here. Creepy. Just creepy, creepy stuff. And then this one right here. See? They're everywhere now. They have released some serious... It's like we're the best kept secret from ourselves. It's like no fears. That's why we really got to armor up and know our stuff the best that we can. Because they ain't playing. But neither are we. You know? You can see almost like a profile in here. And Archangel Michael is here. We would never be here without the archangels. No way. No. No. No way. I mean, look at... You see the outline of the... It's a funky face, but it's like an eye right here. You can see the nose. There's probably even more in there. There's another one right there. I mean, they're not even hiding anymore. They're just like, yeah, we're here. It's just whether you can see. I wanted to show... this is where I started seeing him get the pyramid or some kind of sigil right here. Okay, you can see it looks like a pipe, the shape of a pipe. That's why I started showing the screenshots, and I'm looking, I'm like, yo, this is sitting on top of us. That's thick. That's features. That's really features happening right there over the ocean. And then New York, yes, the light and the vibration has changed, absolutely. And then New York going, and that's not the first time I've seen that with New York. You all know, I've done so many videos with Lower Manhattan and watching this. I think it's Leviathans, personally. Just block out the light. Completely block it out. I mean, can you imagine breathing that in? Like, I thought of that, like, oh my God, people are breathing that in. These were some of the screenshots I took in New York that night before I did the video the other day. This was at night, but I did it the other day. And that's when I was like, I'll just go live. And I added light to the pictures, to some of the screenshots. This is the city lights, right? And then all of this stuff. And it was just moving around. They're just doing things that they're not letting us know. I mean, they will. Again, they've done the humiliation ritual with fake Kanye and his wife. That was a humiliation ritual. The airplanes, that's a ritual. It's all the same. It's always the same, right? Different players, but always the same rituals. They do some really dark stuff. It's creepy. Look at how pitch black that. I mean, like, yo. And you can see, like, I don't know, I can. You can literally see the energy all in here. And yeah, Morning Star's here. Morning Star is here. And I showed it was like a Philip Troms. He did he did a video saying and that's when I was picking up on those an ancient couple. I even said it was. I didn't want to say it because it's not easy to pick up on this energy. It's not. It really isn't. But I feel it. I see it. I just, and then this is what I do. Um, yeah, look at that. To block the whole, that's some heavy energy. That really is heavy. It's crazy. And this was as I was, the lights were peering back through as it was moving. Whatever it was doing, you could start seeing the lights again. And it was just like, yo, that's so heavy. And that was completely dark. You couldn't even see anything except for whatever this was, whether it was a reflection or not. I don't know where the camera's set up, but you can't even see the city. Manhattan is blacked out there, but all the lights were on. So, and then, the sun, we got entities here because Morning Star's here and we're in that. I could do a whole video on that. Michael is here. Michael's here. Michael is here. So wasn't the Messiah. But this has to take place, so I don't know. I didn't write this story. Maybe we did and we don't remember. You know what I'm saying? But it's going down, and clearly we're not the only ones picking up on it. And again, I pay attention to what I'm guided to pay attention to, like the paranormal investigators and what they're picking up on, and it started getting heavier and heavier with what was coming through the spirit boxes. Even this YouTube shit's a spirit box, and I'm noticing like that was changing. It was getting heavier, like titles, videos. I was like, yo, it just was such a shift, because everything's a spirit box. Your radio, your TV, all of it. But with paranormal investigating and with the evidence and picking up and seeing what's there is gotten a lot heavier since the Vatican, like all hell's breaking loose again. The world's on fire. I'm telling you, Mother Earth is not happy that Trump is president right now. You can think he's a good guy all day long. That's fine. That's your business to believe that. But this is my channel. I'm going to be real with you. He's not. He's a deceptor. He's got his own mission, and they do. Didn't matter who won, okay? It didn't. That mission was to be done because we are truly in prophecy right now. We are in prophecy that has to take place. And the Messiah will return. I feel bad for those who don't believe. You can see the eye right here. You got an entity up here. You got a profile right here as well. Archangel Michael wears a helmet. If you don't know, he always has a helmet on. He looks like he's screaming sometimes. I've shown Archangel Michael quite a few times over the years. He's here. He's been protecting us. We have a totem in here. Look at that. He's holding a staff. Look at, there's a face right here. I could be here all day with this. There's a totem right here. He's holding a staff. There's a doorway right there. We're in this. They want you to believe. You believe what you want, They really program you to think the sun is so far away. And yet, look at what we're filming. And then that space, it's the spirit world, man. Space ain't space, it's the spirit world. And then you got Mud Fossil University out there proving it left and right. So much so that people are being total assholes, pardon my mouth, and making fun of him. Because they got nothing, they can't debunk anything, what he's saying. That's the thing. And I will defend Roger to the ground. I will defend him because he brings it. He brings it. Like, I show it, and then, like, I love it because then it's like something will come up that I showed that brings it home. It's like, with biology, with science, because science and supernatural walk hand in hand. It's just this world that separated it. Magic, science, supernatural are all the same thing. It's just this world separated it. That's why we use scientific tools to measure paranormal electromagnetic energy. See what I'm saying? Which is magic. So I just wanted to do above the staff. Him right there? Yeah. Yeah, I just said that right here. Boop, boop, boop. And then you got this guy here. I could be here all day. I mean, this is just telling. There's so many beings, and I think this is what they call the pit. I do. You know, I'm not trying to be negative, and I'm not. Look at this one right here. I mean, okay, we have one here, but then I see like a skull nostril, and it goes down into the chin and there. And then you have this one. It looks like he's morphing in, holding a light, like an arm right here, his head. His body's like morphing in, like beam me up, freaking Scotty, you know? But yeah, look at that. So I just wanted to show some of this stuff, and then you have this guy right here, you know, because the plasma is spirit. The soul is plasma. And, you know, for people who don't know, the soul is plasma. It's a ectoplasma. Supernatural is ectoplasma. That's why we have these scientific tools to measure that were used even a long time ago, even to find water. You know, they used dowsing rods a long time ago to find water. You know, it's back to that stuff. So I just find it interesting what's coming through. A lot of cryptics. Look at, you have a platform right here, something sitting on that. You have a lot of cryptic stuff, and I think that's the darkness that's gonna, they say, that's gonna walk on the earth. A lot of cryptic stuff is being seen and captured and filmed. Again, my hat's off to her, for real, like, respect, because I've done paranormal investigation, and that is a level when you're in the woods. That's a level, and it is. And now we're dealing with things that are being released on the earth that weren't allowed to be here because the Vatican opened up portals. And I'm not into organized religion. I'm just paying attention to the supernatural spectrum of things. So thanks for being here. I just wanted to come on real quick because of, back it up to Gaza and why Trump just pay attention or don't to what Trump is doing. I am. Peace out.